Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gyro here, and I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, who I believe is the worst mob, well certainly the most annoying one, and who could really mess up your plans of running a horrific vision of Stormwind. He is the worst mob of Stormwind. Meet Craggle Wobble Top. He is the vendor of toys and novelties, and he is wandering around on the outskirts of the trade district of Stormwind. I believe that's where I met him. You can take a look on the map. Now, I simply dashed into him. I was crossing the bridge, as always. I was doing a one mask, my weekly run, catching up on the cloak upgrades, and I just dashed into him. He was right here outside. I saw some patrolling mobs before, but they were yellow. They were like he is now, but somehow he aggroed on me. Maybe it's my own mistake and he's always been there and I just never paid attention because the timing was better, or maybe I simply did not charge into him so he didn't aggro, obviously, before. But this time around we are experiencing him in all his glory. He is horribly annoying. So maybe the word worst is a little bit more narrow, kind of telling you that it's some sort of danger. Biggest danger from him is that you aggro him and he will keep you in combat. Unless you get rid of him, obviously, because now you need to kill him somehow. So, the issue with Wobbletop is the fact that he has these bots with him. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to imprison him as a demon hunter, because what's happening is that the bot, the shield bot specifically, one of his bots, not the rocket bot, don't care about that, care about Tinkered Shield Bot. He is shielding Wobbletop and reducing any incoming damage by 90%, and Wobbletop already has close to 1 million health points, yeah? So this bloody shield, this shield from the shield bot, is reducing the damage by 30%. So I need to get rid of the bot somehow, yes? Yes, that's the logic. Now, when we take a closer look in a second or so, when we take a closer look at the bot has another buff. Bot has a buff called Watchful Eye, and it says that the bot will get very quickly repaired or healed, basically put simply, by its owner if it gets any damage. And it even suggests, it even gives you a hint that you maybe you should distract Wobbletop somehow, and then you can get rid of the bot, and therefore you'd be able to get rid of the Wobbletop in the end, yes? So that is, as far as me personally, deducing some sort of resemblance of a strategy here and suggesting how you could deal with it if you were unlucky enough to run into him. Now, it looks like, so what I was trying to do, I was trying to disable him, obviously, pull a little bit aside to the side, but I obviously didn't do a very good job at this, so I simply brute forced it. My damage was good, my sanity was not draining very fast, and most of my attacks as Demon Hunter, they do splash damage. This is the problem. So if you're playing a class, or if you're simply better than me and you somehow can do reliable, high, single target damage with no splash, then I imagine slowing down, freezing, trapping, imprisoning, banishing, whatever you want to do to Wobbletop, and then dealing with his bot, and then going back to Wobbletop, I imagine would be the good strategy, but I have not validated it myself because, as you can see, I just wasted so much freaking time, right? So I didn't even plan. As you can see, I'm starting this recording and I'm showing to you the footage that started already with me meeting Wobbletop, but because it was not an intention for me to record this one mask run. I wanted loot, I wanted to upgrade my cloak, I didn't want to push 3 masks, I just wanted to do my usual run and be done with it and be cool with it. But then I ran into this guy and I thought, you know what? Any content that is useful, that gives you some sort of insight, maybe you know it, maybe you don't, I cannot assume that you do, I didn't. So that's why I thought I'm gonna share it with you. In the end, you saw that he just didn't drop anything good, he drops some gray item, he doesn't even drop any good loot, he doesn't even give you anything. So it was kind of, I'd say if they add these rares, then these rares should, for example, in the final chest, let's say, certain toy gets added to your thing. Like, you would imagine that there would be something that wouldn't even have been such a great deal of extra development time or testing time or anything like this, but somehow developers added these rares but then didn't itemize them, in my opinion. So that's again something that I believe is a missed opportunity. They should have, if I bothered to kill him and I killed him and all that kind of stuff, you need to reward the player for that kind of effort, because okay, I dealt with his incoming damage, it was pretty low, but he was mostly annoying in terms of how long it took to kill him. Yeah? Yes, with the right strategy, yes, you'd be able to kill him faster, so hopefully you will take this as a little bit of a learning and capitalize on my mistakes and try and, you know, be better. That is what I wish for you. I always wish for you guys to do better than I do. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed meeting Mr. Wobbletop. My high sort of priority recommendation for you is to avoid him at all costs, because he's not worth it. He doesn't drop anything, he doesn't give you anything. At the very least, he didn't give me anything. And aside from that, Stormwind is this week when I'm recording this. Indeed, just like Wowhead reported, there is no Leaden Feet insanity, which is a relief. But I can honestly tell you, okay, on Demon Hunter, Leaden Feet is the worst. But say on my Death Knight, who I'm also gearing his cloak, leveling his cloak in the background here, not showing to you yet because it's just by now a normal 1 mask run for me. He dealt with Leaden Feet a lot better than he deals with Split Personality, because this is the week of Split Personality and I absolutely hate it, because when you're on your mount, it almost like it times it. As soon as you're on your mount, as soon as you want to take off, as soon as you want to go fast somewhere from one place to another, boom, they're there, they spawn right on you, there is no chance to dodge them, and you get disoriented for a few seconds. So I absolutely hate that insanity. That's why I probably will be avoiding Mask of the Paint this week. And my recommendation for you is to do the same. If I push, and I will push for 2 mask run this time, for gear mainly, I will probably stick to Dark Imagination, because it's still the easiest one in my opinion, and Burned Bridge. These are gonna be my 2 masks of choice for this week at this item level. Item level, if you notice briefly, shown to you before, item level has not improved. In the meantime, I was leveling alts, like I said, I wasn't pushing my main too much, but now I'm playing a little bit of a catch-up. And there you go, and we had a nice reason to have a little bit of an extra conversation this week, early this week, my friends. I will be bringing more videos to you in a couple of days' time, hopefully on my alts. I'm planning to push my Beastmaster Hunter to get him the Gift of the Titans, finally. And then we can do a full clear, share proper, more all-rounded kind of impressions after a while of not looking at him. And yeah, that is my rough plan. Please feel free to suggest content and tell me what you're interested in. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want more opinions on the news? Would you like my breakdown of this new system that was very falsely advertised as account-wide essences? Because please, let's not fool ourselves, it's not account-wide essences. But let me know in the comments down below if you'd like us to hear about that, to talk about that. We can still use the footage of clearing of one of the horrific visions in the background. I have plenty of those, but we can choose a topic and talk about it. Alright, thanks very much for joining today. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you very shortly next time.